All right, ladies and gents, welcome to Quarry. A really fun map here for Hidden Cup 5 qualifiers. We've got two up-and-coming players, two players that are going to have their work cut out for them here. We've got Sora Kuma, a player from Taiwan who's playing as the Incas. We're catching up to live time here. He may steal this boar. Looks like for now he's going to think better of it. And then we've got Deaker, an Argentinian player who's been getting better and better over the last year or two. And Deaker playing as the Malay. So Inca's Malay. A dicey start here as Deaker tries to bring in his boar so it doesn't get stolen. Now there's aspects of this map that I want to talk about. And the first thing is it's passable right through the middle. You cannot pass on the sides. In order to pass on the sides, you would have to chop through the trees. So I could see like Georgians and Armenians because of the mule cart being used here. I could also see like any player with any civ just making a lumber camp there later on to cut through. So it's an option. But the majority of the traffic happens right through the middle. In the middle, there's a lot of hunt. But in theory, you wall that up, you could be protected, and there's quite a few resources to work with. Now, Sora Kuma recognized how close they would be and tried to get the best of the action there with the eagle and wasn't able to get the job done. And we're going to see walls here from Deaker right away. I would describe Sora Kuma as a more aggressive player. Deaker he's not the most defensive player you'll ever see, but he really likes his walls. He thinks economy first, military second. Sora Kuma, I've seen some crazy victories against really good big names throughout his career. Lots of forwards, lots of aggression. So that's kind of what I expect to see here. But yeah, two villagers walling up here from Deaker. And I think this will be pretty common as we get to the later stages and like better players in the Hidden Cup qualifiers and then the main event as well. I think it's so funny. So we have Argentinians in my chat, and the couple people were like, Vamos Deaker, right? Makes sense. They're rooting for Deaker. And this one guy goes, Vamos, Sora Kuma. And it's not really that funny, but I think that's pretty funny because it's probably not someone from Taiwan saying Vamos. But anyways, well played. I think Sora Kuma is going to look to punish these walls. What do you do if you're Deaker when you get your walls down? I think the safe play, and you see it on a lot of closed maps where you don't have to build the walls, is just fast feudal anyways. A fast feudal and adapt from there with a Malay is never bad. Sora Kuma probably thinking man-at-arms if the barracks is already up. And really going for a crazy uptime here. J-Ray, thank you for the prime sub. I did want to mention as well that the winner here, and I'm sure they'll be so excited and they'll be so thrilled if they win this. It's going to be a big deal. They get $150 even if they don't win another game. They have the potential to qualify for the main event of Hidden Cup. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? Winner here will face Tato. So that is not the most exciting thing for these two because Tato is, going to be a big favorite there. Sora Kuma does not know the opponent has walled. And is going to make militia. I think the two militia with the eagle would have a lot of success if there's no walls. I really like Deaker's opening here. Villagers for Sora Kuma coming forward. Wow, he's going to tower. And Deaker's going to get to see this as well. Dang. So is Deaker planning on making army? No, this is definitely Deaker thinking about going eco upgrades and adapting like you would see on closed maps. But yeah, it is a good point. Tato did lose one game in his best of 3 earlier. Did obviously win the series. But it is best of 5 in round 2, which will be, it's going to be more settings tested, more skills tested. The best potential for the crazy upsets would obviously be in the best of 3s. So I like the fact that Deaker is towering. I'm not sure I like the fact that he's towering after not seeing anything from the opponents. Because, you've now towered here, but now you need a tower here. So So the idea of a tower is good. Placing the tower when your opponent hasn't towered and your opponent hasn't shown archers, not sure I'm that big of a fan. Sora Kuma, I think, realizes what's going to happen here. You know what I think would be so sick and maybe necessary for Sora Kuma? Because he's invested a lot. The barracks, the archer range, the skirmishers, the militia. I think if you're not breaking through, at a certain point, you're going to be really concerned you're going to get pressured in Castle Age. Stone wall. Right? Stone wall, the middle. I mean, not even here. You could stone wall here. Just right through the middle. And then, you know, maybe your opponent has to chop through the side or something. Maybe you have to pay attention to that. But I actually think a full stone wall in the middle would make a lot of sense here. For now, Deaker has gone over to stone to mine more stone. And Deaker, remember, this is a first game. You're going to have some nerves. In the end, he just ends up placing another tower. This tower now doesn't look quite as bad. You have 2 towers on both sides. It's unlikely that Sora Kuma will do any damage. I think with that, Sora Kuma should probably stop producing. You have a decision to make right now if you're Sora Kuma. Do you try and kill this in early castle? He's going to find the vulnerability here in the house. Or do you try and take this late? I think Malay match up pretty nicely against the Incas in late game. Incas honestly have options to deal with any civ. But yeah, I mean, I'd be thinking right now that there's some concern that the Malay are going to beat you to Castle Age. The Malay can potentially do some wild things here. And you guys know me. I can't get the Legend of the Liar out of my head because I've made so many videos about the guy over the past couple years. Well, actually, I haven't made a video about him in years, but it's in my mind, right? And you guys will get that. We have the Hey Man emote still because of the Legend of the Liar. I really wouldn't mind a sneaky little elephant rush. Like you're walled up, they think you're not going to do anything, and then all of a sudden a couple cheap elephants run into the middle. Oh, wow. Deaker just sniped a farm there. 60 wood down the drain. All the things they've changed about this game, and they still have it so an unbuilt farm has 1 HP and can be sniped. Now, I'm not advocating that it be changed necessarily. I just find it interesting that so many other things have changed, and that's still the way it is. Look at Sora Kuma selling his stone. I mean, look, he's still going here. There's no deer. Walking out here for deer. Lots of walking. He wants to click up here. He will all in this. And, like, you start to push the towers. Deaker could just build a castle behind. I really like Deaker's position at the moment, provided he can get up at a decent time. And villagers are even in the middle on gold. This is crazy. Yeah, I think Deaker's play here is perfect. You go walls against any potential aggression, and you adapt. This is what, like, the big names would do, right? Really good strategy. He'll be in Castle Age at pretty much the same time, if not faster than the opponent. Also, love how active he is with the scout. He can see everything. I think Sora Kuma is going over here to try and chop through. And he just changed his idea because Deaker saw him. Wow, that's really cool. Oh, people want Elo at the top. Can someone do like the pound match so I can see 2K5 versus 2K3? Okay, actually I could do. Never mind, I already saw it. It's like 2350 Elo. There you go. There's the Elo, so you guys have an idea. So it's going to be Siege Eagle, maybe Monks from Sora Kuma. I think this is a bit of a misread. Look, he's actually even checking over here to see if his opponent has chopped through. Like, Deaker builds one castle, and he completely shuts down an aggressive push. I think trying to push the Malay is asking a lot of yourself. I think sometimes you just have to stonewall and just brace yourself for the late game. Yeah, Sora Kuma is the favorite. Here comes Sora Kuma with 4 villagers. I think Deaker is in a great position. Has collected 700 more resources. There's the first monastery. Now, if you're going to make units against monks, you probably want units that don't cost a lot and you don't care if they get converted. That would be the Karambit Warrior. It's just the perfect situation. Again, shout out to Deaker for how active he is. He's outposting this side just to make sure there's no funky business happening. I remember players making houses here. Just behind there. Could be really smart. Scout still looking around, looking for things. Doesn't see the middle, though. TC in the middle. Wow. There are 2 relics there. Looks like maybe TC number 3 now for Sora Kuma. What? What is that? It looks like he's... Hey, Scout. Do you like this content? What do you mean? What do you mean you don't like this content? You don't think this is good? Fine. I don't like you. I think the player patrolled onto the relic, and so it's affecting the scout movement. That's funny. I mean, we'll see if the scout ends up getting spotted at some point. He is definitely rat jamming. Actually, can we get the rat... Hardy, can we get rat jam next to this scout right now? That is a rat jam. Oh, that's funny. So 3 TC boom for both. Castle here? Huh? That's a bit weird. Deaker sees this villager, and Deaker's gonna start making houses here. And then Sora Kuma is stonewalling this. I would have thought that a castle in the front would make a lot of sense. But he might not want his opponent to know that he'll have Karambit Warriors. Resources collected. Still higher for Deaker, but we're going to late game. Lots of golden come in the middle right now from Sora Kuma, who's getting redemption. Redemption means you can convert those buildings and could mean the houses, right? Actually can convert towers too. You have to get underneath it though. Yeah, so I think Deaker is going to hope to surprise his opponent with like 15 Karambits and just win the game there. And Sora Kuma doesn't really have any clue. Sora Kuma has no outposts, has no way to get back there, no way to see that. And yep, both players just going to wall up the sides. I think that monk can't even convert the house because the tower. Great job to get fletching there. Deaker, just 4 Karambits. The ideal situation here is you get like 15 Karambits, you break out, you kill this, and then you drop a castle right in his face. That's the ideal situation. Oh, did the scout die? No, the scout died. Where did it die? No, we missed its death. Ah. Well, it was bound to happen. 6 Karambits, 7 Karambits, Squires. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a big play. Big Karambit play coming. And Sora Kuma has no clue. I would have definitely placed my castle on the front, and then the opponent would have an idea, and then the opponent would make some slingers or something. But building the castle where he did was really smart. At least I feel like it is right now. Obviously, if he gets pressured a lot, and he has no defense for it, it could be a problem. Deaker, 9 Karambits now. And still building up more. And still building up the stone for a castle. It definitely feels like it's Karambits to clear this. And then a castle drop. And Sora Kuma, yet again, is going to try and rush up to the next age against the civilization that's known for rushing to the next stage faster than anyone. Will he notice this is happening? Here come the Karambits. He does notice it right away. The monks will definitely die to this. And, you know, losing a Karambit to a conversion, not a big deal. The Karambits are good against eagles. They're good against the spears. They're good against the skirms. And there are villagers on your screen. There are villagers. And there's no siege yet. Here come the villagers. He's just bought the stone. Oh, God. Sora Kuma's going to drop his own. Sora Kuma drops his own. There's still Karambits. Deaker doesn't have the stone. Deaker does not have the stone. Deaker has the stone. Deaker's dropping it. I don't know about this, actually. Now Deaker is backing away, and Deaker is terrified because his karambits have slowly gone down. Great job from Sora Kuma to drop his castle when he did. That could have been so much worse for him. And now, Sora Kuma being an imp is actually huge. Because Sora Kuma can Treb War this and have an advantage there. Now, don't worry, the Malay are going to be up to imp in no time as well. Deaker's trying to bank up the resources for that. But still feels like it's doable for Sora Kuma if he starts to push with Trebs. Keep in mind, Sora Kuma's got 4 relics. The Sora Kuma will beat the Trebs a little bit faster. But I mean, this is just Malay things, man. He clicked up so long ago, Sora Kuma. He's still only going to be 20 seconds faster. This looks really cool. It's the fact that they have both walled on those sides is so funny to me. This castle is also on the hill. There's going to be another castle from Sora Kuma. Would be worth it for him to actually bring his Trebs over here, so he has the hill. Even Bod Canero right now. Fletching, research for Sora Kuma. Ballistics. This is for the castle fire, man. Because the castles protect the whole choke point. And then Deaker. He's actually dropping an archery range. So he might consider archers, but I think a big part of this is also for his castles. Because now with Bodkin, he actually can range... That was interesting. He ranged the opponent's castle for a second. And now is attacking the siege workshop. Can't really explain that. It should be automatic, so... Trebs are on the way. Masonry on the way for Deaker. That will help in the Treb War. What's the stone access like? Still stone here. Still stone there. He's headed over to it. Deaker has a massive villager lead. His eco is flying. And I prefer his position. But it's not easy. Because he's slightly behind in the Treb War. And, you know, what you invest your resources into here is really just castles and Trebs. And then it's repairs, right? What's nice for Sora Kuma is he has so many villagers here, it's not like he's not going to be able to repair anything. Yeah, those eagles are just going to run in and be a distraction. No repairs for Sora Kuma? Did I speak too soon? He's just going to give this castle up, which means he'll just have one. The castle is ranging villagers here. The relics are all here. Monks aren't really that useful if the opponent can make karambits. Deaker's in an amazing spot. Masonry was a great play. But at the end of the day, it's just eco, man. His eco is flying. I'm going to mix in some archers behind this. Sora Kuma's in big trouble. Like a 4 Treb stack against 1? It feels extremely dangerous. He's got to pull more villagers to repair this all the time. It's such a tough spot to be in if you're Sora Kuma. You got to split repairs. You got to have like 8 villagers on both. You got to pray to the RNG gods that you don't get popped. And it's actually, he's doing okay so far. Archers is all that Deaker's going to have. Will not have crossbow. You realize how stupid this is right now, guys? You realize you're watching just a bunch of rocks get flung at each other? This is fun. This is great. This is greatness, is what it is. But, you know, it's normal to us. It's kind of weird. Okay, Treb goes down finally. And now you've got one less Treb to work with against the castle, which has stayed up this whole time. And I think will stay up. Deaker still can't really use his army because of the monks. Oh, I would not stand there if I were the monks. I wouldn't have even wanted to be in the middle if I was the monk. But I guess they follow the relic. Like, Sora Kuma can win this Treb War and still lose the game because his opponent has a castle on the back and his opponent has great eco. Deaker, he wins this game if he wins the Treb War. Sora Kuma... Actually, I think I might have misspoke there. I don't know. I forget exactly how I just phrased it. This is it for Sora Kuma is my point. And Another Treb's gone down. Another Treb is out. You've got all the stone if you're Sora Kuma, but you don't really want to build a castle here. Look at them repair! Repair away! Have you ever seen so many villas around a castle for so long? Crazy. This is why people picked Britons in the previous Hidden Cup. Just instantly win the Treb War. But, like, you know, the gold income for Sora Kuma is not great. He ran out of gold here because he's so focused. Repair! Dude, you're never taking this castle out, Sora Kuma. Give up. He will never let this castle go down. This is funny. This is funny. Now, Incas can't make bombard cannons. Malay can. You might not want to do that against the monks, because the monks can convert them. I think what Deaker's doing is completely fine. There's nothing he should change. No, don't reposition your Trebs. Just, like, this is already going well for you. I also love how he's sending his crossbows into the castle. And then he has some army here to protect the Trebs. So there's just, like, no way Sora Kuma can ever engage. And so, you know, these Trebs, at this point, they've killed 14 villagers from missing the Trebs but hitting the repair vills. So the Trebs are raiding Sora Kuma's eco more than Deaker ever has. It feels like eventually Sora Kuma's just going to run out of villagers. We got more villagers coming to the middle right now. Did Trebs get less accurate or something? I swear, if I haven't been to Treb War, I would have lost all my Trebs by now. There we go. These Trebs have killed 19 villagers. 25 total units. And then 19 villagers. And now he just goes for the castle. And once he takes that castle out, then the crossbows and the Karambit warriors can probably clear all of this. The castle will go down much faster than the Trebs. Deaker, you forgot something. Deaker. Hello? You forgot your castle, bro. Well, it's only fitting they both would lose their castles at the exact same time. Big engagement happens. Karambits and crossbows. Karambits and crossbows should dominate as long as the slingers are out of the picture. And then the Trebs will be all that remains for blue. And Deaker, the underdog, but a player I've been saying is a lot of skill and playing the game a lot, wins the first game. I think Sora Kuma, I mean, from the start, he tried to lame. He tried to steal the boar. That didn't work. And then he doubled down and said, I need to be aggressive again. And then he tripled down. And then Castellage tried to kill him. And then an imp tried to kill him. And it was just like, the way Deaker played this was slightly more focused on the economy. And Malay are always going to beat you to the timings, right? Really liked what Deaker did with the safe castle. It didn't actually work. You know, I thought it could just straight up win the game. Sora Kuma played well enough to avoid that from happening. But still really clean play from Deaker. And now, you know, best of 5, you figured, like, no worries. Best of 3, on top of all the pressure, you now know that you can't lose another game. So it will be really tricky mentally for Sora Kuma now. And Deaker has a little bit more breathing room. There's the KD for Deaker. I think Malay were perfect choice there, especially against the Incas. It just feels really good. And 36,000 resources collected there. People wanted to see the scout, and when the scout died, sure. I imagine it probably died to an eagle. Okay, here we go. Here's the scout. Here's the scout. Don't want you guys to miss out on these types of things. The monk is going to get the relic. Notices it. It ran away. And it... Okay, I thought it was just going to die there. Why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you this? And it died to an eagle. Okay, great content. Great stuff. All right, so here we are. Best of 3, guys. In the first round, winner gets $150 minimum, and then a chance to face Tato. If you beat Tato in round 2 in this qualifier, you can beat anybody. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. In the yellow, we have Deaker, who's gone for the Byzantines, and then we've got the Persians for Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma's home map here. And expect bases to be open on this generation. Very open. Lots of things that can happen to you. Lots you have to protect on the front for Sora Kuma. Same thing here for Deaker. Very exposed, and they're not far away from each other. Now, you'll see it a lot where sometimes the main golds can be forward, but you're usually going to have another gold around. So this gold's easy back gold for Deaker to take. We also have spread out the neutral golds. So there's actually 4 neutral golds, and they're 2 tiles. So it's like here, here, and then here and here in this case. So there's lots of resources around the map. Sora Kuma going to dock the right side. Now, what Byzantines and Persians are best at is controlling the pawns. Byzantine and Persians have more HP on their docks. So if they get a dock up on your pawn, like a dock here from Sora Kuma, for example, it's really hard to take away. And then Byzantines have the stronger fire ships. So scouting your opponent is critical to know exactly where they've docked and what they're going to do. I find Persians a whole lot more smooth because the extra wood and food they start with. But I think Byzantines have... I mean, if the game is even in Castle Age, I prefer Byzantines. But I think it's really close. Persian's probably the better Dark Age and Feudal Age. Lots of potential there. Even early Castle Age. But if the later it goes, the better it is for Byzantines. Whew. T90 Hidden Cup 2 on Twitch got me into AoE, and I'm still here. Thanks for the content. Nice. Crazy to think how long it's been, right? It's been a long time. Thanks for... I mean, obviously glad you found me then, and glad you stuck around. So, with the extra wood, could maybe try a Man-at-Arms play right now for Sora Kuma. Feels like he's going to be happy enough to go scouts. He's pushed in every deer. I think for the Byzantines, you could just open scouts yourself. Your opponent goes scouts. You shift into some spearmen, which are pretty cheap. I like how Deaker's built up his base so far. Feels like another house and some walls are incoming. If you want to compete for water, sometimes you see the egg walls. So, like, let's say Deaker knew where his opponent has docked. At this point, he hasn't seen anything, right? But if he knew, let's say, you could go a wall like this, and then wall like this, a wall like this, and then you can take golden wood, and then you're just spamming fire ships from the water. Deaker tried to click up there, didn't quite have the food. Sora Kuma's up. Fiskbit says, I think I'm here because of a clickbait T90 video. What do you mean you think? I'm not that clickbait. Listen, you can bait him in, but you got to keep him around. That's the tricky thing. I've tried to be good at that. Tried to make sure the content's good enough. All right, Deaker scouting. Dude, he's just randomly sending a Vil here with no scouting whatsoever. And he's going to encounter the dock. Now, will Sora Kuma notice that? I mean, that's just like so risky, right? So risky. He scouted this one. Now, you can think, okay, my opponent isn't here. I've got 2 other options. He didn't know. He gets fortunate. He finds this, but Sora Kuma sees it. Sora Kuma knows. So Deaker taking a risk and goes forward there. And that's such a big deal. And Sora Kuma brought over the fishing ship too. Like, Sora Kuma desperately wanted to deny this with the fishing ship and block it off. Not going to happen. He is going to make a fire galley in his own pond. He's going to try and deny this, but the dock will most likely go... Oh! Deaker! Deaker, the docker, is going to get denied! No, it's not. It goes up. And actually, an epic quick wall here could be good for him. And never mind. So Deaker was already on gold, though. So Deaker has the ability to make more than 1 fire galley. Sora Kuma has to adapt to go to gold, so his second fire galley will be delayed. Great awareness there from Sora Kuma, though. It's so easy to miss that. And now he's just going to go double dock on this pawn to defend. Deaker didn't even have a barracks. So he really committed to that. And we'll see how these fires end up doing. But now with no villager to repair, it could be rather complicated in the fire war. I like this from Deaker. So he is building houses in this area for vision. Also, Sora Kuma. It just went right underneath the TC temporarily. But I mean, Sora Kuma will see his opponents just now adding a barracks. And he might feel like, you know, considering he's already building a range, he's in a good spot. From what I can see, Sora Kuma is really... He has a lot of potential here. I could easily see this snowballing against Deaker. Even Sora Kuma checking this pond right now. And going to take this pawn. This is how cross should be played. Very well played from him. Deaker, distracted, will lose his scout. That's not going to help matters. He's blindly headed over this way, where he could possibly be spotted. All right, so this is what you want to do, guys. Well, never mind. He hopped out of the dock. But I'm going to tell you what you want to do there instead. You go 3 fires inside the dock, and then you add a demo. And then you hop out with one of the fires to distract the opponent and attract their fires to clump up, and then you demo them. That's not the ideal situation there. Would not be ideal for Sora Kuma to lose the scout. Scout goes down, though. They're distracted. Beautiful defense there from Sora Kuma. That's where he was looking. Very unlikely he loses fish here. Very unlikely. Also, very unlikely he kills much with just skirms here. We are going to see a demo now from Deaker. T90 strikes me as the kind of guy that secretly outs yellow must put. First off, you're going to say puts yellow mustard on his vanilla ice cream. You didn't even spell the word put correctly, dude. Now, I am coming off awfully defensive for a guy who does not put mustard on his ice cream. But, how dare you? That dock will go up. But it's been spotted by Sora Kuma, you would assume. Really traveled a pretty long distance to build this dock. Skirm War, normally it's advantage Byzantines, but the Persian player has more right now. And guys, this map is so freaking tricky to play. Looks like a demo killed some fishing ships. Sorry, we missed that. Feel pretty natural for either player to go scouts with the amount of skirms out. The fishing eco could expand here for Deaker. Skirm micro, Skirm War is not what I was expecting here. I like it from Sora Kuma now to add more fish now that this pond is cleared. And 4 fishing ships against 7. Deaker's done a good job in that regard. He also has a lot of fills in queue. So it doesn't look like he has as much food, but he's got 8 vills in queue. Could cancel some of those and go up. Sora Kuma hasn't built a single palisade wall. Look at this line of buildings. Just focus on production on the water. And whoa! Guys, that's funny. Both players sending a villager to dock the other pond, and a classic just passing moment. Wow. I mean, maybe they chatted, right? Maybe they chatted. They're like, hey, how are the conditions over there? Is it dockable? Yeah, it's very dockable. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. We'll see if one of them noticed. I mean, Sora Kuma already prepped a galley, and he could patrol that galley. Wow, that would be huge. I don't think Deaker has an idea because Deaker... I mean, he's made the house for vision, but he's not making any ships. Still, the dock could still go up, though. This does not mean this is safe. You still have to pay close attention to it. Both players, funnily enough, have walled this way. Both players on the way to Castle Age. Level's very close. And skirms for Sora Kuma are over here. This is the most obvious build-up towards stable in Castle Age that I've ever seen. Both players going skirms with no spearmen. And that villager still walking around. She never got hit by the galley, but he wants to make sure he avoids this dock, because the dock can give vision. Okay, now he can see the galley. The galley will follow the villager, unless it gets stuck in the sand. Yep. And I think that's Sora Kuma noticing that, or is that just the patrol? I can't quite tell. No, Sora Kuma noticed, because Sora Kuma is sending the vill. And that means Sora Kuma will never let this go up. Meanwhile, this dock... I mean, there's not a dock yet, but that villager, yep, is not going to be spotted in time. Deaker's adding a galley, thinking, wow, what a good idea, but it's going to be too late. Quick walling here from Sora Kuma. Nope, doesn't happen. Villager's still getting chased down. We do have a scout from Deaker. And wow, we've got to have a massive buildup of army in the middle here. This is a huge find, though, because Sora Kuma has known that there's been fishing eco here for some time. And this galley offers nothing now against a fire ship that's upgraded. So for the first time, we will have a player who successfully docks the opponent's pond and stays there. There's the scout. There's a knight, but there's the camel. And it's close, man. I mean, Persians have collected more resources, but Byzantines have cheaper units. This is really close. And I don't think it'll be easy for Sora Kuma. This villager as well, still running. The scout hops out, probably to go kill that villager. And we should see the fires come out here that will kill those 3 fishing ships. Which was my favorite Hidden Cup? I don't know if I can answer. I think they were all special and amazing in their own way. I can tell you my least favorite one was Hidden Cup 1 because their usernames were Hidden Cup. Which was, you know, it was clearly a test, and I learned very quickly while casting that was not good for good content, but all of them are very special in their own way. Hidden Cup 2, first event that ever crossed 10k viewers at a time where it feels like it should have never happened. Hidden Cup 3 and 4, super special for a lot of different reasons. I mean, Hidden Cup 2 also had so many player elements too, like the finals of Hidden Cup 2. Ugh. Probably shouldn't get started on this because I could talk for ages. Well, Deaker's struggling a little bit for control. He hasn't been able to make a ton of progress here. Spearman's actually going to kill. Well, Spearman gets converted. Did get a kill. He tries to go double dock here in defense. At the end of the day, the damage is already done. TC for Sora Kuma. But, you know, you can never count out the Byzantines. And I'm seeing Camel, I'm seeing Monks. I like the Light Cav edition here from Sora Kuma. But he's still running directly into Camels, and he could lose his Monk without killing many here from Deaker. These are really good engagements for Deaker. TC number 2 is up for Deaker. TC number 3 is going up on a stone. Both players with similar TC positions in that regard, but I think I'd be a little concerned right now by our Sora Kuma. You had good moments in this game, but you haven't finished off the Byzantines, and the Byzantines can make so many counter units to the Persians because the Persians are quite one-sided. Hidden Cup 3 is my intro to watching your streams, mostly full-time. A major boon during COVID. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people I meet at like these meetups that we have these days from time to time who are just like, thank you T90 for helping me get through COVID. COVID definitely gave Hidden Cup an assist. Can't deny that. Hidden Cup 3, especially. We'll see. I think if 10k people show up for Hidden Cup 5, then I will believe that it was only COVID that made the previous events have so much success. Militia! Second misclick of a militia from an Argentinian player today. That's an interesting little theme. But probably meant to click Spearman. Uh-oh. That's whoa! 2 Lycav conversions! Oh, and then watch these Lycav not get converted at all. Oh my goodness, that is huge. What in the world did we just witness? I think that might be the bug. I might need to review that. Remind me. There is a bug where monks don't lose their lock on, even if the units go out of position. It is definitely a bug. It happened in NAC. There hasn't been a patch, right? But I also, if they were still within the vision, it might not have been a bug at all. It just felt like really fast conversions, like the monks would have charged up in some way already. So I'll explain that if, you know, we have to look at it. Appreciate for now the militia's attacking the front door. He's like, let me in. And again, this game is stabilized and it's pretty close. I think now it would make a lot of sense for both players to consider pikemen. Byzantines, feels natural there. Add that second barracks, go for some pikes. Yeah, I honestly was looking at, the resources and some other elements. But I didn't see exactly how that played out. It felt unnatural, but we'll look at it again. Are we seeing any fish trapping? No fish trapping from them. Look at the resources collected. It's so good for Sora Kuma. Oh, and he has enough for a castle. Ooh, this could be huge. The middle castle's safe. It protects this gold and this gold. It's really hard to push. A forward castle is the type of energy Sora Kuma is bringing to the table, though. And there's light cav to potentially kill the monks and then camels to kill everything else. Let's see. The camels need to be pulled back. Camels don't get pulled back. Camel gets converted. But the monks here will hopefully convert camels. There goes the castle. There is a castle from Deaker right behind this. And Deaker's castle could deny Sora Kuma's castle. Does Sora Kuma see this? He did catch a glimpse of it. Oh, dude, you've got to get fletching, Deaker. You've got to get fletching. And what a perfect choice from Deaker. He immediately clicks up to Imp. That is such good game knowledge. Now here, he's going to build the TC to protect the gold. I don't know if this castle goes up. Oh, wait, that one villager can't be ranged, I think. No, she can't be ranged, right? Yeah, they just weren't being targeted. Wait, oh no! Get fletching fast! Fletching's on the way! 30 seconds! Build, 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 lady! Meanwhile, I mean, Deaker's done a good job to defend. Fletching! 90%! 92! Fletching! Fletching's in! No! I mean, at this point, bring more vills to finish it. It's at 97%. Oh, God. Yeah, he realizes. Somebody clip that one. I mean, Sora Kuma's still not up yet. So even if you complete this castle, he's using the ram to ship the villagers in, which is a nice touch. What a great strat there. I think, like, even if you get the castle up, the Deaker can just treb it down, right? Now, Deaker doesn't have a lot of army. Deaker doesn't have any relics. Deaker doesn't, he doesn't have a plan yet, but I feel like there's not a lot of army from Sora Kuma either. And this is what I mean about Byzantines. It's just like, you stay in it, which is precisely what happens, and then you always have something to bail you out. And the early game's relatively easy because you've got lots of vision. Like, you could just see so much with your buildings naturally. And I think Sora Kuma, the favorite, at least in terms of elo here, is really going to have to work hard here. Sora Kuma is like, what do I do? And Sora Kuma is going to stay in Castle Age and is going to go Cav Archers. I mean, with the new Persians, you do get, an Imperial Age upgrade for other civs. In Castle Age, you do get Parthian. That could be helpful in some ways. We're seeing him ram down houses. He's going to control this extra gold. He's still got, lots of flowing eco behind this. Maybe Castle Age Knights and Cav Archers could do something. Deaker, just more defense. Again, what did I say about him? Defense first, eco first, army later. That's how I would describe him. Sora Kuma has been the opposite. And, this castle's going to go down. Now, this is going to be kind of interesting because Deaker knows about this castle, and he's just basically thinking, if I can get this up, these trebs could eventually come over here to take this castle too. Shout out to this monk just waltzing by the castle. 16 pikemen right now for Deaker. All 3 relics for Sora Kuma directly behind this in this monastery right now. He just can't break through. Parthian tactics coming in. That's pretty sick. I don't know. Like, Parthian doesn't really help you against Halp, though, right? I don't know if that armor is helpful at all. And, oh, man, it's like, not only is Sora Kuma going to lose the second castle, but then the Byzantine player has 2 very good castles to last them over what could be a very long game. Sora Kuma needs to break. He needs to kill. He needs to do all this now. And we'll see. He's got ballistics on the way. He's got the cav archers here. Still hasn't broken through, but he does clear up the pikes. The +2 damage versus pikes could be helpful. Yeah. I don't know. I could see it. I could see it. Not something you think about when you get Parthian. Like, I just think you get it to be armored up. Sora Kuma's through. Sora Kuma is through. Deaker will take this castle. Deaker, I think, lost something there. I don't know. But Deaker is getting slaughtered. He's got TCs everywhere. But Sora Kuma is just shot out of a cannon here and is raiding like a madman. He's getting +2 armor. It's going to be full castle age from Persians against Byzantine Imp. Byzantines have all the answer in it, but this pressure from Sora Kuma, I think it's even catching Deaker off guard. Like, Deaker never expected this madman to run underneath all of his TCs. This is crazy. Keep in mind, I mean, Sora Kuma's got the whole map, so he could take other resources all the time. But, I mean, everywhere you go, there's a castle, you know, there's a TC. It feels like if Deaker can just get some imp upgrades, maybe, then he's gonna, I mean, not maybe, I mean, he's absolutely gonna smash this. And that's exactly what happens. He's got, well, he doesn't have the imp upgrades yet, actually, but he's going into crossbow. And, yeah, I think crossbow, skirmisher, pikeman, really good composition. The good news now for Deaker is you kind of have time to chill, right? Like, there's nothing, there's no raids now. So you get to think about your upgrades. You get to get your mask going. Sora Kuma could actually run through this way, because he's opened that. He sees this. He's still making cav archers. He's still making knights. And he's going to just try and find a way to get some damage dealt here. It's nice to already have Parthian, though, because it's just one less thing you have to research in the next stage, and it is really helpful in these situations. Deaker's only gold after this is finished is right here. But, I mean, the castle protects that, right? That's the MTC. That is the Imperial Age TC. Okay, the Trebs aren't deploying. You'll probably be fine, but there's a lot of eco on the front still we need to talk about. Holy knights in queue right now for Sora Kuma. This is crazy. I mean, if he can get to Cavalier and Heavy Cav Archer, it mops this up. But, I mean, this is so expensive. And even the Blacksmith upgrades, you need to choose ranged upgrades or Cav upgrades for armor and attack here. Oh, this is going to be a classic, people. It already is a classic. Look at this. He's sending more knights here. He's waiting. But he's not waiting for more attacks. He's got these knights on the way. And this raid will be annoying for Deaker. And Deaker doesn't have the army here. And that could mean that Deaker leaves this area with his pikes or with his crossbows because the raids are going to get out of hand fast. I mean, Sora Kuma is showing the quality to take this to a third game. And he could win the third game. This is great. We've got Cavalier. We've got armor. We've got chemistry. Look at the resources for Sora Kuma still. He can produce so much. You know, Deaker's kind of at the limit. Deaker trying to build a TC here, but, you know, you could tell he's looking at other things while just protecting his Trebs, because here come the Cav Archers. He wasn't expecting this. And that TC could be denied. Also, that's the Chemistry University. It is very much on fire. Castle in the middle. This is what you want with the Byzantines. You want to push right through the middle. No bracer yet. Or, sorry, there's no bracer available is what I meant to say for the Persians. Pikemen have pulled out of position. The Cavalier engage. Pretty good engagement against the crossbows. TC will go up. This is ridiculous. And then there's still Cavalier here raiding. Who is winning this game? You know, I played a very similar game in Titans League where I felt like I killed so much, I'd done so much, and the Byzantines just always find a way. And it feels like that is where we're at right now for poor Sora Kuma. How's he supposed to push these castles? Can he find a way? He's going to castle the left. He's bringing the Cav Archers over with what's remaining for the Cavalier to get more kills. He lost all of his relics. Ah! I hate it when players... I mean, it's not really his fault, He was hoping to hold the position. He was pushing from here. It made sense. But it really hurts when you have collected the relics for the enemy. Again, it's like, you can lose villagers, but Byzantines could still produce pretty consistently. The Persian skirmishers are not so good. We've got Savar! He's going for Savar here, Sora Kuma, and he might kill the Trebs. They're engaging here. Savar, 45 seconds away. Say goodbye to the Cav archers. Oh, man, he's not going to get those Trebs. The castle fire and the crossbow is so good. All right, so what you need, if you are Sora Kuma, you need 30 Savar, some skirms, and Trebs. You need Trebs. You need to push one of these castles. Bomber cannons will do as well, obviously. Savar upgrade is not something I was expecting to see. I mean, he's got a crazy economy. Now, you guys already know this. I doubt Sora Kuma takes advice from me. Trickle trebbing is not the way against Byzantines. You can't just be sending in one treb. So you've got to mass it up. Trickle ram is even worse. Actually, the ram's on 3 HP and doing work, so what do I know? Feels like if Deaker can just collect his military into one spot, he could take good fights. But he's been raided so frequently and he's being pressured so much, he can't keep up. So, like, you know, here, doesn't notice it. Here, has a lot of army. Here, there's the ram, there's the bomber cannon. There's so much happening. So much APM being used. And when you are the defensive player, it's easy to lose track of things. Clearly notices this. So I think we have a lot more halbs rallied here. Here, those skirms are finding some decent kills on the crossbows. Here, there's still a bomber cannon. Deaker's really low on gold. Remember, we said this is the gold that he was taking? And bomber cannon, would that get relocated? Or did it die to the treb? I think, no, the bomber cannon's there. But there is a treb there hoping to hit that bomber cannon. This is crazy. Oh my god, look at the stone for Sora Kuma. Look at that stone count. Crazy. And he's going to shift over here now. I mean, if he had the attack upgrades on the Savar, I'm even okay with him taking, you know, some engagements against halbs. Like, I mean, you got to take this fight. Yeah, this is a good position to push from. You control this hill, you control more stone anyways. Still pressuring over here. Oh, man, Deaker. He's popped up, guys. He's got 50 halbs now. But he's got to find a way to push through the middle because he could still be picked apart on the sides. There goes some of the Savar to get kills. This is the most classic example of trickle trebbing you'll ever see. That treb will go down. If that would have been 4 trebs, that castle would have been gone already. Deaker had so much time to adapt to that. Deaker has lost 100 villagers. Savar finding more kills. This castle gives another position to push from. In the middle, we've got some skirms. We see the Citadel's upgrade now. The additional defensive power for the castles for the Persians. That's the new tech. This game is insane. No, what upgrade would actually be really good here? Which I would rarely say at a high level. But I think every low elo player would have researched it already. Commanderon. Like the trash bows tech. Your crossbows only cost wood. He doesn't have a lot of wood right now. But straight crossbow with skirm would be great against halb. Because that's all he's seeing from his opponent. That'd be nice. Nice pick off there from the Savars. They were able to kill. Again, it's just another treb running in. We've got so much happening. So Citadels, the castles will now... I think they take less damage from siege? Might be confusing it, but they fire bullets now as well. So it's just harder to take the Persian castle down. I want to scream when I see this. I am so sorry, but this is unacceptable. You do it once... I can be kind of okay with it, but my friend, you know what happened last time. And he's going to lose another treb. Sorry, got a little upset. What a game. Look at all the random blue dots and yellow dots around the map. And, yep, treb goes down. Is there even a Vil repairing that? Okay, so now he's sinking more golden stone into repairing a treb that's destined to die. Okay. Skirms for Persians are not good. you know, it feels like Sora Kuma is building up one big, massive Savar for a big fight. But it's got to be with Trebs, right? Like, 2 to 3 Trebs. I would have said 4 or 5 before, but I don't know if he has the res. And then you can go in. But, oh, man. Oh, man. The Halbs. Kind of out of position. And the Bombard Cannons and Trebs are all going to go down here. Oh, man. What a great fight there from Sora Kuma. That's huge. That buys him so much more time. And you might be like, okay, T90, why'd that happen? Explain that. This. Just the chaos that is ensuing on both sides has opened up that possibility. And not to mention the mobility of the Savar. But they need to... Oh, God, they need to get out of here. And still an opportunity to continue to push from this side. Look at where the potential space is for Deaker to farm. It's like everywhere between the castles. He's actually farming here. And he tries to trap the Savar. The Savar's still able to get away. Now we've got a Bombard Cannon here. Going after this castle. Sora Kuma is going to make Trebs. This is an important hill. He needs to hold it. He needs skirmishers here against these Halbs, and he has the skirms waiting. Such great patience to just kind of be like, you can't kill me with Trebs. If you can't kill me with Trebs, I will just camp here with my skirms anytime you come forward with Halbs. It's really smart. Deaker knows that he's about to lose this Bombard Cannon if he isn't careful, so he's starting to house wall it. Yep, and this is where both players will focus now. This Treb is most likely going after that cannon. Trebs are over here. However, there's a Bombard Cannon now from Deaker. And Halbs are coming this way, so Sora Kuma's got to back away. He's going to lose a Treb, maybe more. What a game. What a crazy game. Bombard Cannon, did it die? It got killed by the Treb. It got killed by the Treb, and now it's still just going to be one Treb. But this is more acceptable now because you have the castle to protect you. Gold's going to be found here. Still no way from Deaker to push through the middle. Deaker seems like he's like kind of trapped at the moment. But it's still doable with Byzantines, I believe. This is a ridiculous game. And guys, it's a best of 3. Like, Sora Kuma played so good. He loses this, he can't qualify. And then, oh, the Bombard Cannon went down to the Treb again. What a lucky shot from Sora Kuma. Oh, man. Oh, that Treb gets to fire a lot more volleys because of that. This is ridiculous. More Bombard Cannons on the way, though. This Treb shouldn't last much longer. There's 60 Halbs on the field. And if you, at this point in the game, you kill Byzantine villagers, you're just giving them pop space to go up to 100 army. Like, seriously. I've seen it many times. Okay. 4 Trebs. Can he really push the castle from here? That would be wild. I mean, certainly want to hit the gold. This is where Deaker has most of his Halbs now. Raids have killed 130 villagers of Deaker's, but Deaker's still able to make army because he's Byzantines. Villagers are attacking trebuchets. These Trebs are actually going after the monastery. And then one of the Trebs from Sora Kuma was misclicked and went through the castle fire. Oh, boy. I don't like attacking the monastery. He probably feels like, you know, maybe we deny those relics. He can't get gold. But you just give your opponent time to get some stuff over here. I think castles, those relics are always going to be his if that castle stands anyways. And now Sora Kuma losing the Trebs. But now Sora Kuma pushing this side. And this is just a complete mess. Sora Kuma sees this. So Sora Kuma will take the cannons again. This is ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. We've got an elephant, too. Hype. I mean, if Deaker loses this left-hand side, he's got no wood. He actually has big wood problems. Now, if you happen to be involved with any, you know, companies out there that could potentially help with, you know, wood problems, I'm open for sponsorship for Hidden Cup. I think we could make some really fun videos on that. And we don't have an official sponsor yet besides Microsoft. So just saying, if you happen to work for them, let me know. But Deaker's having big problems. He's down to 110 pop. And without wood, you can't make house. He's down to 70 vills. He's lost over 200. Sora Kuma up against so much pressure here because of the best of 3 because of this castle in the middle. I mean, the multiple castles that Deaker had. He is moments away from potentially doing this. This would be a crazy victory, man. And then all the momentum would be with him, right? All of it. Because I feel like he will, and Deaker will know that Deaker had such an advantage here he could have taken advantage of. Wow. GG's called by Deaker. And what a performance from Sora Kuma. We will get the game 3 that I wanted. These two players, so talented. That was such a grind. And honestly, from Sora Kuma, when the going got rough, he just kept the aggro going. He just continued to pressure. Even against multiple Byzantine castles, against Halb and everything, he just said, I can't sit back. If I sit back, if I wall, like, do you see any walls? You know, if he sits back, if he walls at all, he's dead. So he just kept up the aggression the entire time there. It wasn't pretty, right? From either of them, but it was effective there. And, like, you know, any question on Deaker's side, it's like, well, why didn't Deaker do this? Because he had 16 different things going on in his base all the time. His safest farming eco was underneath these castles. He couldn't push, because the second he'd push, he'd be getting hit at home. So that was just really impressive play from Sora Kuma. I think the 9 hours of total idle time there for Deaker in that game tells you how many times he was reacting to his opponent. And, I mean, here's the resources collected. Sora Kuma, more of every single resource. That really also reminds you how good Byzantines are, because he collected 25,000 more resources and barely won. If that's 15,000 more resources, that's GG. That's not enough to beat Byzantines. It doesn't happen. Crazy game. Oh my goodness. All right. Game 3. This is a $150 game if you think about it. The minimum they could earn is $150 if they win here. Maximum they could earn, obviously, is make it all the way to main event of Hidden Cup. Catching up, we've got Mongols for Deaker. We've got Bohemians for Sora Kuma. Both great late game civilizations. Mongols really lack a lot of mid-game bonuses. It's more so about their early game because of the hunt bonus they have. So I think Deaker will aim to go aggressive here, which means the map needs to be solid enough for Sora Kuma. And honestly, by Gold Rush standards, this is not the best. Obviously, you know, he can still take this gold. You could maybe wall in this gold, but you're really hoping to have a gold back here. Both players' golds are kind of awkward. But, I mean, this gold feels a lot better with this little chunk of wood. So, I would say Deaker's going to be in a pretty solid spot here to do some damage in feudal if he wishes to. I think this might actually be fast castle, though, for Deaker. He transferred more to wood. He's building a house, and I'm wrong. He's getting loot. Okay. Or, sorry, he's going up to feudal. Yeah, I mean, Bohemians don't really scream feudal age contest here. You know, you're just going to hope that you can get by with it, make some spears against some scouts, play in towards archers. But I think where Bohemians really become strong is late Castle Age. So plenty of potential for the Mongols here. Yeah, someone kind of reminding me of this. So it was like a year and a half ago. Wait, hold on, what? Why is Deaker now not on the way to feudal now? Huh? How long into feudal did he cancel feudal? I thought he was already on the way. When was this? Okay, so he was on the way to feudal for 1%. Okay, that's not too bad. So when I talked to Yo at one of the Red Bulls, like a year, I guess it would have been like 2-ish years ago, he said, T90, when will you make Hidden Cup a LAN event? And I was like, what do you expect me to do, Yo? Like put bags over your heads to hide your identity? Yo goes, great idea. Let's do that. Like, he thought I was serious. He's like, yeah, why not? I was like, be kind of weird. Can you imagine, though? It's like Doubt versus Nikov, Hidden Cup LAN event. one person is 7 foot tall. The other person, sorry, Nikov, is like 4.5 feet. I mean, it wouldn't really work well as a LAN. This villager is stuck. This is not a thanks to eat moment, though. This happens when you've got... Like, that villager clearly doesn't have a path to drop off the food. So Deaker changed strategy. Too fast castle. Clearly was somewhat torn. And we'll go market. We'll go blacksmith. But still pretty far removed from being able to make army, right? Because you need the barracks and then I'm thinking the stable for step lancers. But this does give a lot of time for Sora Kuma to be able to get the walls down. So I personally feel like the safe play, and oh man, Sora Kuma, what are we doing here? Wow, Sora Kuma sacrifices the scout. Wow, that's wild to me. That couldn't have been intentional because the villagers were loomed as well. But yeah, you know, my feeling here is that what Deaker has decided to do doesn't necessarily punish the Bohemian weaknesses as much. Doesn't necessarily play to the Mongol strengths to the same level either, because you're out of hunt now. This is going to be an all-in Step Lancer style play, but I mean, you need 70 food as Step Lancer. We still don't have a stable. We still don't have a farm. Almost feels like sell stone territory. Give Sora Kuma some time. If not for his height, you'd hear Dow complaining because of the bag. I mean, I'd be complaining too if I had a bag over my head with holes cut out for the eyes. That can't be easy to play in. Oh, man. Oh, man. Deaker was sending a villager this way, I think, to sneak. And now Sneaker's gotten caught. And, you know, this is just annoying, right? This isn't fun to have to deal with. And you lose the villager, it gets even worse. That's going to be a dead vill. I mean, this is huge for Sora Kuma. He hasn't been pressured by a scout rush. He's got his walls down. His opponent doesn't even have a stable yet. And there it is. Deaker knows there's wolves on this map, right? Because the way we position the wolves is so they're on the sides and not through the middle, so you can run through the middle. But are you... Oh, Deaker, my friend, this is your home map. This is your home map! Oh, no! He's gonna get woo-woo-wooed! Right out of the qualifier by a wolf! By a whole pack of wolves! Oh, God, dude. He wants this to be a siege workshop. I mean, you can quick wall it. Good luck! Good luck, Deaker! Oh, no! Woo-woo-woo! Oh, jeez. What are we doing? What are we doing? And, you know, that's 2 vills dead. The eco's horrible. And this is... I mean, Sora Kuma has still done a great job here microing. Oh, God. Now the Step Lancer's going to be attacked by the wolves. He just keeps going back to the wolves. He just can't get enough. Step Lancers... No way. No way, dude. No way. What just happened? This is in the deciding game. Oh my God. Step Lancers get countered by wolves confirmed. If anyone ever asks from here on out how to counter Step Lancers, you just say wolves. That's the answer. Now, this might look bad for Sora Kuma, but this is actually good strategy, is you collect the wolves, and then you send it to the opponent's base, and then you delete the spearmen. Phew, I can't get over what we just saw. Anyways, full stone walls from Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma has known his opponent's coming... What? No way! Okay, he's known his opponent is coming with aggression. So he is almost completely walled. Almost. You really got to check. Especially if you see movement this way, you've got to check. But, I mean, Deaker's never going to imagine... Yeah, you see the panic? That's the panic where he's like, oh no, I didn't check that. And then, whew, okay. Oh my God, what the... What is happening? What is happening? I thought the wolves were going to go to the enemy. You're bringing the wolves to you, and now... Guys! It's a... What? I mean, he's bringing him to the Step Lancer again. He's like, it worked the first time. man. Oh, man. Okay, now quick walling 2 wolves is maybe doable. Well played. What? Oh, delete, 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 delete. Now the wolves are chasing the Step Lancer again. Oh, my God. I mean, Deaker's recovered. Deaker's recovered. Deaker's got, he's going to have 3 TCs. Mongols still have a great late game. He correctly realized that he was not going to be able to go aggressive anymore because of the whole wolf situation. Now, Sora Kuma, I thought he would, like, boom, but he's still expecting it all in. So he is going to go for monks. And no way. No way. Oh, my God. What? Guys. What are we doing? You're faster than the wolves. You have Mongol scouting bonus. You should know. Now, these wolves really have good vision here. How do the wolves have so much? How does Gaia have so much vision? Huh? I think we need to look into this. Why does Gaia have so much vision there? The wolves have crazy vision. Maybe wolves always have this amount. This doesn't feel normal. It should be stopping at one point. Okay, so okay, finally they stop. Okay. Anyways, this is wolf vision. Wolf vision's insane. Sora Kuma vision, he doesn't see this TC. He doesn't see this TC. And, like, he's going to try and venture out across the map with a monk and spear push. And he's going to run right into a bunch of wolves. The wolves are just scattered to kill spearmen now. Now, he's going to kill them, which is sad. But, you know, eventually this had to come to an end, wolves. I think Deaker's eco is in a really nice spot. But it's not in a good spot to stop Monk Spearmen if the Monk Spearmen are in the right position. And here, we have a Siege Workshop going up. Wolves were blocking that. And now he cancels the Siege Workshop idea and is just going to go for Palisade. And, I mean, the wolf could attack the Step Lancer again. Deadville. I'm sorry, but I'm really trying to figure out what exactly is happening here. This has been something special. There is going to be a castle drop for Sora Kuma. Try not to look at the KD and make sense of it, right? This whole game has just... I mean, the high level... The level was so crazy in the previous game. It was such a slog. But now, I think Sora Kuma was confused and thought his opponent would go all in. Deaker, he confused himself and ended up just booming. And now, and Deaker has no clue. His opponent is coming forward, and he wants a castle here. You can't make it up. You can make it up. I mean, Sora Kuma is going to see this. Can you deny it, though? Can you deny it? You can convert. You can convert the Step Lancer. This is incredible, right? Actually, converting the villas wouldn't hurt. Because then you can just get more villagers to build your castle. Step Lancer died. Some Lycav get converted. There's a villager getting attacked by wolves still. The Lycav will go in to kill the monks, which is a big deal. Nice kills. Castle, though, will go up for both. Sora Kuma's eco, not as good in Vil count, but... I mean, he has a castle next to the opponent's base. Oh, dude, this is... Guys, this game's going to be incredible. It already has been, but you just wait. Deaker thinks, I'm going to go up to Imp and win the Treb War, which is a great thought. Sora Kuma thinks, I'm nowhere close, and he is in brain melted mode, which happens in these crazy games, and he is going to go all in. We are going to see more castle drops from him. We are going to see siege. We are going to see craziness. I guarantee it. And I don't know what TC we're going to see Imperial Age in right now for Deaker. But yeah, this is smart. He correctly chose this one. That's huge. I thought we were going to see another castle. Yep. This is going to be amazing. Because where does Deaker go with his eco? At the same time, what does Sora Kuma do when his opponent has trebuchets from this castle. But there's no army for Deaker, right? He has to wait 2 minutes for that castle. Oh, really important moment. Deaker, if he can kill this, he can deny this castle. He needs to kill this and then deny the castle. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Boom. Wow, great micro from Sora Kuma. Castle's going to go up. So now both these TCs will go down, and these wagons are just going to roll right into your base. And now these vills have to run, and this gets super messy. What a crazy game. Oh, man. And, like, Mangadai are good against Siege, but you need upgrades on Mangadai that you can't afford. And Sora Kuma is just going to slowly try and focus his attention here with monks and maybe wagons, too. God, these castles have done so much. These wagons have done so much. Deaker, though, still has gold. He's losing villagers, but still has gold. What a game. Double bid axe for Sora Kuma! Opponent's about to be an imp, and he's getting the feudal age upgrade there. Mangadai could kill the monk. Monk doesn't have faith. Villagers hate their lives. Mangadai do have a bonus against Siege. That monk's just going to casually snag a relic. And now what, Sora Kuma? He needs to ram this down. How are the wagons going to do against the Mangadai? I mean, pretty good. Like, really good. You need a lot of upgrades on Mangadai. And monks can still convert Mangadai. And rams can still take out this castle. This is winnable. This crazy game is winnable for Sora Kuma, despite not being an imp. He's got a villager lead. He just... I mean, do you give up this castle? I don't know. This is so funny. Peak Age of Empires. Oh, man. I mean, this Mangonel's so huge. Uh-oh. Monks don't want to follow too close to the castle fire. Could be a problem. Very distracted, I imagine. Castle's actually attacking the other castle, so villagers get converted anyways. Here, the wagons are going in for the Mangonel. Legend of Phosphoru. Phosphoru told us that you could do this. Repair away, villagers. Repair away. That's huge. Peak Age of Empires. There's actually no TC fire now. He might run out of wood. No, he just lost the trap to the other wagons. And the ram. What is happening? Oh my god. Mangonel, underneath the TC. Garrison in the TC. Garrison in the TC. Bam. Now there's not enough repair villagers, and Mangonel's going to go down. I think. Sort of. Kind of. No, it stays up. That's huge for Deaker. Deaker's still got a treb. That's a lot of wagons, though. There's nothing to kill the wagons here. There's nothing to stop the wagons from going underneath that castle to kill the next treb. Vill lead is still there for Sora Kuma. Here come the wagons, the Hussite wagons, to take Sora Kuma into the next round. He should have been dead in the previous game. There are the wagons. I mean, Deaker is going to run out of resources to repair his treb soon. No way, dude. No way. In Castle Age, not even close to Imp, and Sora Kuma says, I don't care, because I'm going to roll right underneath this castle. Because I am a Hussite wagoneer. And we do not give a crap about any castles. Just rolling through the castle. Deaker has no gold. I mean, he can take gold here. Wow, what a crazy job from Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma has made this look so easy. This is so far from it. Anytime he can, he gets a conversion here. He's always producing more wagons. He's always focusing on the gold. Even here, like, microing really well. Deaker's probably so frustrated at the moment. This is just such a crazy scenario. Wagons. I mean, you can see it, right? The guy's desperate for wood. He's desperate for gold. And I think this is just going to lead to Sora Kuma going right back in to trying to take the treb again. You take this one, Deaker might not be able to afford another one. And that's precisely what's going to happen. That treb's a goner. I mean, unless Everyville repairs it, but yeah. Treb goes down. Crazy. Deaker 0 on food. 37 villagers. He's making another Treb. And Sora Kuma still has not clicked up to Imp. He is going to drop TC number 2. Feels like a good time for that. He's going to get Horse Collar. Feels like a good time for that. Oh, God. What a annoying situation to be in right now. You know, crazily enough, if Deaker had a Mangonel here, I think he might have actually, it might have changed the whole game. Because if he takes down that castle from Sora Kuma can't make as many more wagons, right? Just waiting until Deaker runs out of wood or gold to repair in these instances. Yep, he loses it. 2 Trebs now. Okay. I mean, Deaker's had enough runs at this to learn. Is there a new meta now? Can you, like, maybe you hop in the castle? Okay. Wagons are dying. Trebuchets go down, though. This castle is 21 kills. And the next Treb, he ran out of resources. It will go down. 33 pop against 92 pop, and Deaker wishes him good luck next. What a funny game, man. I mean, really competitive, and also not at the same time at various points. It's crazy how much this game mattered and what it turned into. That was wild. Sora Kuma was really late with this attack, right? Because he was expecting an all-in. He saw Step Lancers. He knew it was a fast castle, Step Lancers. The Wolves kind of eliminated that plan from Deaker's arsenal. And, you know, then it turned into what this was. What a great job from Sora Kuma. Well, the wagons are insane. I think we've established this. This unit was nerfed recently. I've made many videos on Phosphoru who really, you know, popularized it. But it still was really good play. Like, he fully recognized what the unit is good at. And the unit can go underneath your TCs. It could still attack Siege, even though it takes a bonus against Siege. And then behind it, he got relics. He had the monks protecting the gold. I mean, he also played the map, right? He also looked and realized that eventually Deaker just runs out of res. I really wonder, like, the most critical point of the whole Imperial Age battle was such a sick moment, guys, because we didn't see the Treb going... I didn't see the Treb going down. Here, okay. So this, what is everyone looking at? What is Deaker looking at? This. So let's just replay it real quick just to show you. So Deaker, it actually works out perfectly, right? You know, he ends up doing a good job. He micros there. He kills that. He ends up staying alive. That's huge. Then he looks back here and the Treb already went down. I think that's a big moment in this game. Because I think at this point, Deaker, if he has 2 Trebs, if he saves a little bit more, I'll just show you what was happening. Like, if he notices that, just 3 wagons aren't going to kill that Treb. But, you know, somehow a villager got in there, and 3 wagons, and because of the tankiness, yeah, Deaker realizes it's a little bit too late. Because, like, with hindsight being 2020 and all, I would tell Deaker, like, right around this time, if we knew it was possible, I would say wait till you get 3 Trebs. Wait till you get 3 Trebs, make sure you take this out. Also, maybe add a Siege Workshop and add a Mangonel. But I'm sure he felt, like a lot of us did, that the castles also, you know, are going to help there, which I guess in some ways it did, but other ways it didn't. GG to Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma, he'll go into a best of 5 in round 2 against Tato, so it'll be really tricky for him in the qualifier from here on out, but still, I think it's, you know, it's important that players like him can have these opportunities to compete. Still getting $150, even if he loses to Tato, is really good for a player his caliber. And, I mean, game 2 was epic. It was an epic cross game, back and forth action, where he was on the brink of death and the brink of elimination, and he won there. And then he was able to win a scrappy game against a really good player in Deaker. Well played, Deaker. Feel a little bit bad about the whole wolf thing, but at the same time, if you load up 1,000 scripts, you're going to see the wolves are always on the sides. And he did have a scout, so I think he just completely forgot about the wolves there. And yeah, to Deaker, play more. Like all the players that are going to go down in this qualifier, play more and play more tournaments especially. I think he's really solid. So, GG's.